Tron Legacy. Universally negative ratings. Watched on Disney Plus. Jeff Bridges, Olivia Wilde, Michael Sheen. I don't think John Hurt is in it. It's good. Although it could take like a month and a half to finish it. Like I started it on Sports Day and finished it today. Like just watching it in little bits when I was at my grandpa's house, and like we watched NCIS together when he's not in the room because, you know, he might take a walk or go sunbathing, etc. for a bit. And while I was doing that, I was watching the movie. Anyway. Tron Uprising, universally positive rating, so Disney XD original series, or I think I went from Disney Channel to Disney XD, but everything that aired around that time did that. Universally positive rating to watch on Disney Plus. Elijah Wood. Olivia Wilde apparently is up. Tricia Helfer, David Arquette, Aaron Paul, Fred Tatasciore. It was born for the first. Most of the first episode was born, but it got good when Beck's friends got kidnapped. This Twitter as of 12 to 6 p.m. on Monday, the 8th of August 2022. Ceasefire reached after Israel's renewed strikes on Gaza. Okay, good. Asda accused of shaming poor families by putting cheap food in bright yellow packaging. I don't think that was made to shame poor people. Let me see if I actually get a good look at the packaging. You know, for cocktail trial, it's just in red packaging, yellow packaging, like everything else here. Not everything else. But, you know. I don't see a problem with this. Like, unless I don't even know what you would call them, but like the person at the till, like they see you coming with a bunch of things in the yellow packaging, they would just hit a button to be like,
"Is it talking about me?" I think so, my nigga. Broke nigga alert. Broke nigga alert. Is it talking about me? Broke nigga alert. I think so, my nigga.
Unless you're doing that, then I don't think Asda is intentionally shaming poor people. And I don't think Asda are the first people to put, you know, cheaper foods in different packaging. It's just something that you don't really notice. Like any shaming that's coming towards poor people, for buying stuff in the yellow packaging, even if they work for Asda, it's, you know, they're doing it independently. They're not doing it because Asda said you need to make fun of these poor people. At 59, I don't look good for my age. I just look good. Well, let me see how good you look. Great Metro was doing a series called Age is Just a Number. I wonder what kind of people would say that. Okay. Yeah, other than the... Can't really get a good look at your face, but other than the grey hair, you do look quite young. 59 people are 59. That's 1963. I can't think of any. Brad Pitt was born in 63. He's looking good. He's looking quite young. And maybe he's buying stuff to make him continue to look young. But maybe it is a natural thing. because I've noticed a trend that 50-year-olds now look better than 50-year-olds 20 years ago. Like, compare, I don't know, Jennifer Aniston to Jamie Lee Curtis. I know that she was 40 20 years ago, but you get my point. So, you just look good. Yeah, I'd say so, because, people in their late 50s aren't really looking old anymore. Hashtag pointless. I feel we're not talking about the game show here, so what is pointless? Oh, look at that. Not trending. What was that guy pointing out, like, random games? And saying pointless what? That pulls off incredible jump on freshwater park slide as onlookers shocked. Why is dad in air quotes? Okay, I'm guessing that you've put dad in air quotes because we don't actually know who this person is. He just has a dad bod. Is China preparing to invade Taiwan? Yes. Why is Lee been named the honorary ambassador of whatever country that is? You make mid songs, and like the fact that your songs are mid is nothing to do with it, but the fact that you're not a politician, what are you doing? I've double checked. There is nothing whatsoever from Stuss or Marcus. But unfortunately we have a worst take segment this time. It's Deutschland 83. Okay, so series was written by husband and wife team, whatever that is, and Anna Winger. Not the first time. I'm pretty sure the Fresh Prince was created by a husband and wife together. And I don't know if John Cleese's wife created it or just started Faulty Towers, but I'm pretty sure that she created it with her husband. Okay, I understand now. So you've one German, it's obvious who it is, you didn't even point it out, and one American. So the German is able to accurately write about Germany, while the American is able to make it more understandable or target international audiences. Although, if you try and please everyone, you'll please no one. Oh, it's set in the 80s. I couldn't tell by the fact that it's called Deutschland. 83, and I don't even know if Deutschland is how you pronounce it. It might be something else. I'm just guessing. I don't remember how she pronounced it at the start of the video. Increasingly popular period of time for TV shows recently. I'm pretty sure the show came out before Stranger Things. They made it accurate to history in order to please people who are interested in the military. No, they made it accurate to history because no one wants to watch something that isn't accurate unless they specify this isn't accurate to history. Example, people always bring up the fact that Braveheart isn't accurate to history. Braveheart wasn't trying to be inaccurate. Like, an example of the opposite is American Motion Picture on Netflix. You look at that, you can tell that obviously it isn't accurate to history. George Washington wasn't hanging out with Abraham Lincoln, considering they were different centuries apart. So that one wasn't trying to say that it's accurate to history. So, like, no one was complaining that it wasn't accurate, but with, as I said, Braveheart, people were complaining because it wanted to be accurate, it just wasn't. It's like when I get annoyed when, like, I mentioned this in my Swordfish review, where the entire, like, the start of the film was basically like, I'm not like other movies, I'm realistic. And then, hacking's quite a big part of the movie. And I'm not a hacker, but I can tell that the hacking in the movie is really unrealistic, and this isn't the only thing that I hear all the time in everything I watch, but when traces are being ran, and so I was like, did you backtrace it? When backtracing isn't a thing. What I mean is, did you trace it? Okay, so at the same time, the sound quality is fine, but it also sounds like she's recording it from, like, underwater. It's really weird. So Sundance TV is owned by AMC. It's one of their subsidiaries where they put more of a focus on international TV. Example, Liar, which, technically that's right, but Liar comes from here. Like, I can watch it on Sky Atlantic. I think it's Sky Atlantic. Point is, I can watch it on one of the Sky channels. Whether or not that they've just acquired it for UK syndication, or if they partly own it, if it's an international co-production, I don't know. There's another one, The Honourable Woman, which I'm pretty sure is an American show. Just American show, American cast, although Maggie Gyllenhaal does do an English. She has a great English accent in it, but it's set in the desert. I haven't actually seen it. I've just heard her accent. I've just seen clips. They showed off her accent because, as said, great accent in it. But the point is, it's not really international, is it? Like, just because it's set outside of America doesn't mean it's not American. Maybe some, like, Fast and Furious, the last one, was in space. It doesn't mean that it's a space, produced in space movie. She's gonna say something stupid. AMC earns however much billions of dollars a year. Breaking Bad. Like, there's more than just Breaking Bad, but Breaking Bad is gotta be 90% of it. The other 10% is The Walking Dead. They do have some other shows on there, like Mad Men. There's Human Switch. I mean, that was a co-production with Channel 4, and I'd say that they did most of the work. But obviously AMC had half the profits. And Preacher, which unfortunately is not popular at all, despite having lots of celebrities in it and being very, extremely funny, and being the same writer as The Boys, at least when it comes to the comics that both those shows are based off. But she's gonna say, they got all their money from Mad Men. No, they didn't. No matter how popular Mad Men was, like, Breaking Bad trumps it multiple times over. I don't think that AMC, the theatre chain, has anything to do with AMC, the television channel. Like, I'm pretty sure they are not connected in any way other than the name. Could be wrong, though. Okay, so I haven't had the opportunity to talk about this in the worst take segments, but I probably have talked about it in school segments because Channel 4, like Channel 4 has to be different when, once again, you know, I'm not like other TV channels. I'm diverse. Oh wait, there's diversity on the BBC and ITV and Sky and any other UK channel you can think of. I'm gonna have to rename the first however many parts, like I think the last one was 8 or 9. Gonna have to rename 8 to 9, or sorry, 1 to 9. Something else, because they're no longer the worst takes, considering this is the worst take that she has ever been forced to say. Foreign language programs can be quite a risky investment, as many mainstream audiences dislike subtitles / dubbing. It's not as if the biggest show on Netflix, other than Stranger Things, is Squid Game, which is from Korea, which has subs and dubs, and you know, the people who watch, like, the people don't dislike the dubs because they dislike the dubs. They dislike the dubs because the dubs are crap. And it's not just Squid Game. Like, that's not a, just a one thing. I'll give you hundreds of other examples. Anime. Just anime in general. Doesn't matter what it is. Attack on Titan, Sword Art Online, Death Note. All the massive ones are massive, even here. And in America, they're all Japanese. Anyway. These random German people are famous worldwide. I've never heard of them. And I've never heard of the shows that you gave examples of where people might recognize them from, except for the second guy who was in Glorious Bastards. But looking at his face, I can't think of who he was in Glorious Bastards. So the show spun off in the Deutschland 86 and Deutschland 89, which, from the pictures, I'm pretty sure it's the same characters, just 3 years later. And it's separate shows instead of separate seasons, which they're doing that to just generate more hype, because that's what Fortnite does. Where they had, they're not the first game to have the different seasons, but they're the ones that, like, no one really cares about the seasons in Call of Duty prior to, like, 2018. No one cared about them. Really, the only game before Fortnite that people cared about the seasons were Siege. That was it. But Fortnite makes a bigger deal out of the seasons than Siege does. So, they got up to 10, and with each season they'll be like, try and get people to come back to the game, even though it isn't mainstream. But like 1% stop playing the game every season, and try and get that 1% back by doing a new season. And then that stopped working because people realised that they're not really doing anything. And that just, the game is crap. The game has always been crap. The game will never, ever be good because Battle Royale just does not work. So, instead of going into season 11, the sort of chapter 2, season 1, which is it's just season 11. But they're calling it something different, making it seem bigger when it's the same thing over and over again. That seems to be what Deutschland's doing here. It's not the only show that does it. I can't think of anything in particular, but you know, there are other shows that have had their seasons kind of as separate. American Crime Story. If you go on to, say, Disney Plus, it has American Horror Story as one show. I get that there's horror stories, but I'm just talking the main show. It's just all there under the one title. But for American Crime Story, it's there under 2, maybe 3 different shows for the 3 different seasons. I think they're on season 3. So, you know, you have People First O.J. Simpson in season 1, Assassination of Versace season 2, and I think the Bill Clinton scandal is season 3. I haven't seen season 3. I don't even know if it's out yet. Everywhere I look, they're all classified as different shows instead of different seasons. And the reason why this is done is hype money. Channel 4 created an 80s playlist on Spotify of songs featured in the show and promoted this online. Well, mate, Spotify, it's an online streaming service, so it's kind of hard to do that offline, but I'm going to ignore that. This isn't new. Look up any show or movie that's out there, and you will see. In fact, I'll do it right now on my PlayStation. Although sometimes my Spotify won't open. Like, I was looking yesterday, and there was Wreck-It Ralph, whatever that Emilia Clarke movie was, like Emilia for a Year or something. So I'm going to search up soundtrack on Spotify. For albums, we got the album for the Elvis movie, Mamma Mia, Greatest Showman, Moana, Encanto, Grease, Bohemian Rhapsody, Frozen 2, Mamma Mia 2, Stars Born, The Batman, Top Gun, and I could go on, but I'm not going to. Like they're all movies. There's also shows here. There's the Stranger Things playlist. So, as I said, not an original thing. This also doesn't seem new, but I can't think of examples of other things that have done it. They did interviews about the show. Wow. Why is this being talked about as if interviews are rarely given? Because I can go on Spotify and get interview podcasts. Like I watch an interview podcast. It was known as Just the Facts with Alex Sam. It's now called Trip to the Movies. Although he hasn't made any Trip to the Movies episodes yet. I also listen to Side of You with Michael Rosenbaum, which is also interviews. Let's see what else is in my podcast playlist here. Are You Michelle from Skins, where the girl that plays Michelle from Skins interviews other Skins co-stars about their experience on Skins. So, once again, not original. They tagged the stars of the show in their tweets. I mean, also not really original. Although it is mostly Instagram that it happens on instead of Twitter. they needed to get the experts in distributing foreign language programming, because no one in America watches foreign language shows. It's not as if you could argue that anime is more popular in America than it is in Japan. You know, where it comes from. I just want to make it clear that all this talk about the show is actually making me interested in it. So I'll need to look up what it's about and then decide for myself, but it might be a while before I watch it because I just have so many other things to watch. Like, you should see my Netflix list and everything I've downloaded on Sky.